Hey everyone, welcome to another Tuesday Newsday. And if you thought Gumi was gonna redeem themselves with this week and this week's news, well, fuck you, you were wrong. Hey Sinzar.
Always good to double down.
Double down, like we're going in dry and raw for this banner. Okay, so it's a Final Fantasy 4 banner. We're getting Dragoon Kane and Summoner Rydia. We knew this was coming, right? Like this. In fact, isn't it a bit late, maybe even for GL?
Uh, I think this came like maybe one banner separated from Xenogears, but it's basically on time.
Okay, basically on time. Awesome. Okay, so you know what? Let's actually talk about the elephant in the room before we go into the units. So it turns out that the VIP shards have been removed, right?
The shards on the banner itself and the summon coins. We don't know about the VIP
Oh,
shards.
sorry,
That's to
sorry,
be
sorry. Yeah,
seen.
summon coin shards was the exchange shop was what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yes, they've been removed from there. They've also been removed from the step up itself. They've just been axed,
Right.
gone.
Which kind of follows Xenogears to the effect that, well, we still don't know about the Lapis shards, right? And we don't know about the VIP shards. So those could still exist. But if either of those is gone, then we're going to have the Xenogear situation where you're going to have to pay money to get to EX2. Or, I mean,
It,
pull dupes, of course.
it seems that way.
Yes.
Yep. And I would not be surprised if I don't know this, but I would not be surprised if they also removed the 10 shards for 1100, meaning the 30 login shards are going to
Exactly.
be worthless. But we don't know that.
Yeah, exactly. You get 30 login shards, and then what you actually need to do is get a dupe or buy the bundle to get EX1, and then you're hoping for a dungeon to get to EX2. But getting EX2 on banner, or while banner is active and while units are actually usable, seems to be heading towards the direction of you need to pay up.
Mm-hmm.
Super sad. Super sad to see this development. I mean, let's also see what happens in the shops, because if the lapis and or VIP shards disappear as well, or are less off or cost more, then well, I don't know. I don't know, Sinzar. What do you think? What do you think is happening? Why is this happening?
It's based on that and just diminishing support for the game. Like they're just not bothering with units anymore, as people have pointed out. Our own producer doesn't even want to waste his time with the game anymore. When's the last time you've seen Hiroki in a Brave Exvius video? Has it been like I think it was like in October or something?
Right, right.
You know,
Didn't we hear
he's
though that he's working on a new project? Wasn't that like something a thing?
it could be. I didn't hear that, but I have no idea. That
Okay,
very
okay.
well could be the case. But he does show up to all the War of the Visions videos, so that that he still cares about that enough to show up to those
Which
videos.
is honestly a bit weird, because I mean, War of the Visions does extremely well in JP. But in fact, or I think like FFBE and War of the Visions are tied in GL. And I don't know, like honestly, I understand why, because War of the Visions is really not um, a GL type of game. It's very grindy and very specific for certain elements that seem to be doing well in JP.
Mm, I don't know. I don't really
Interesting
care about
though.
those games. All I care
No,
about
no,
is
me
my
neither.
game, and I know that he is not showing up to my game
Yes,
anymore.
yes. Or putting in any effort, honestly. So, okay, so one thing that we do have is a step up summon for another GLEX vision card. That if you do the entire step up, you also get the new vision card. And I think people were hoping that this was going to be an amazing card, just like the first one was, but it's not as amazing. Like, it's far from calling it a bad card, I guess, but it's not great, right?
Uh, it's going to be best in slot on I think on Rydia based on like just really quick calculations, and it's also probably going to be best in slot on Kane because we're not getting the variance update, meaning Kane's going to have to force dual wield because
Right.
they can't be bothered to give us anything.
But
So
this is a great vision card for anyone that has to force dual wield. It has 300 flat attack and magic on it. It has man and demon killers on it, or human killers and demon killers, and has the boosts for TDW. So that's good if you need to force TDW. But also most units already have an easy time capping this, so that's what I meant with, like, it's not bad, but it's probably not great. So maybe it's best in slot for Kane and Rydia. Let's see. Right now, at least.
Yeah, the card's fine. I wouldn't mind to have it, but you gotta pay 25,000 if you want it.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that's interesting and that might speak towards us not losing the VIP shards is that you actually get 1,000 VIP coins during this step up. So you actually, on step 3 and step 5, you get 400 and 600 VIP coins. So maybe, this is another way of getting those coveted VIP points if those shards are going to continue. And I really hope they do. If anything, I at least want the ability to buy 20 shards so that I can at least EX1 my unit so it's not dead in the water as it drops, right?
Yeah, that is unknown if we can do that. We can't with Xenogears. All we can do is go by what the past has shown us, and
you can with Xenogears. Xenogears still gets 30 in login rewards, and you can still buy 20 shards from the VIP shop.
Oh, the VIP shop. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the 20 shards from.
I was connecting it to that we actually get VIP coins as rewards from the new step ups. I'm thinking like maybe the VIP shards will stay. Because that's because that's really the only way then. If they remove the lapis, I'm just assuming they will. The VIP shop is the only way for us to get the 50 shards needed for EX1. And as we know, most units are worthless without their EX1.
You could probably still buy the 5K bundle as well. That is still there for Xenogears.
True.
It'll probably be there for Kane.
True. We don't see. Actually, there should be bundle news. I didn't open them specifically, but maybe we can actually look into that. Okay. So all of this disappointment aside, I am incredibly sad that this is happening. I don't know why FFBE is getting this treatment. I don't want to play War of the Visions because I think it's a worse game. And it's really like it doesn't suit me as a player to do that amount of grinding and that amount. Like, if you think like EX3 is bad in FFBE, yeah, wait till you join fucking War of the Visions and realize that you have to pull like 20 dupes in order to max a unit for it to be usable in high-end PvP. So I don't know. Maybe I'm misspeaking because maybe that system has gotten better later, but I doubt it. I think it's still as shit.
Not sure.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, so the units themselves. So we have Dragoon Kane that shifts into a true Brave Shift, right?
Yes.
Into Holy Dragoon Kane. And so the unit design is actually pretty cool. I think Final Fantasy IV fans are going to like the unit designs. They look sweet. So what is this unit, Sinzar? Is it good?
Well, we're not getting the variance update yet. We're not getting the Dragoon update yet. Meaning he's going to have to force dual wield, which means he's worse than Graph. He's worse than some other units on Global because he's not supposed to be dual wielding. He's supposed to be going freaking double hand with the update, but we're not getting it yet. So when we eventually get it, he's great. He's going to outdamage Graph. He's wonderful.
Right.
Until then, like he's a slow Dragoon. He's jump is 2 turns instead of 1.
So can you explain specifically why you would want to build him TDW? Because I know this discussion came up with Mazurka as well, where the talks were, but okay, with her STMR spear, the lack of TDW might actually come back in variance. But
before the update, meaning the way it works right now on Global, and it's the way it's always worked, is you can jump with a double hand, and when you jump with double hand, you land 1 time. With double hand, you're getting variance. So you're getting either a 1.3 or a 1.5 damage bonus, depending on your weapon. If you force a gun, you're doing 1.5. For Kane, he's always using his Chronicle Spear. It's going to be 1.3. So you can jump with double hand, and you're dealing 1.3 times damage. So 130 damage, just to make it easy.
Right.
Or you can dual wield and hit twice without variance. So you're hitting 1 times twice. So you're hitting twice or 2x or 200. So it's 130 damage versus 200 damage. It's almost double damage to dual wield.
Yeah, usually the unit that has to force TDW loses some power because it might be trickier to equip killers, or they just might not reach as high stats as they would with their TDH build. But in general, it's 2 times the damage. So you need to lose a lot of stats and or killers in order for that not to be the more valuable option, right?
Yeah, exactly. When you're forcing, like, quote unquote, the wrong build for the unit, yeah, you're definitely losing like killer slots and all that. So it's not really a direct 1.3 to 2.0. It's it's more like 1.6 to 2.0, but it's still worse to go double hand.
Exactly. Okay, interesting. Well, I mean, he still looks amazing. And how did he work in JP? Did you shift to jump, or is
Well,
like
the shift and base form are the exact same thing. The only difference is the element. Yeah,
oh,
the base form is thunder. The shift form is holy. That's all. They're literally identical.
okay. All right. So it's kind of okay. So a bit of a lazy design maybe, but at least gives you some element flexibility. This could have been a unit without a brave shift and then just two different abilities, right?
Yes, yeah. So this is definitely better that I do it this way. I'm glad because that way you can, the element you're not using, you can stick all your, evasion, resist fear, et cetera, et
Exactly.
cetera.
Exactly. Seems to have a pretty sweet SDMR as well. I know we're spoiled with new cow cloth as well as Sephiroth's clothes, but this is a heavy armor with 70 attack. Like, what's our like? Isn't 40 our second highest heavy armor?
No, I'm pretty sure we have a 55. Isn't the what's it called?
Isn't it
The
a trial
dark
reward?
steel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
trial reward from the Iron Giant. Isn't that
Okay,
55? I don't
maybe
know.
it is 55, but it's really good. Like, I mean, honestly, it's 70 attack, so that's a big upgrade for any unit that can't equip clothes, for instance.
Yeah. The most
Um,
important thing though is the jump damage on it. The jump damage is
yeah,
really
it's
good for Dragoon.
insane,
Uh,
150%. But it's Kane only, right? No, it's
no, no, no,
actually
no.
anyone. Oh,
Yeah, the flat attack is Kane only, but the jump is everyone. The problem is currently on global, Mazurka can't wear heavy armor, Noctis can't wear it, Arden can't wear it. So the only one that can actually use it currently is Sky, and Sky like is not
isn't she
really a
capped?
jumper.
Yeah, like you're not really jump. I guess maybe in TV, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I've used Sky for her jump more like a budget option because like it's a usable but not good option. So that's why I use her as like a budget jumper. But yeah, so basically, no one's going to actually use this on global as a jumper except for Kane himself.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Looks impressive anyway. And then we have Summoner Rydia. Also, another really well designed sprite. I want to give them that. Has a trans shift though. Like, I guess she's an evoker then because she seems to be summoning her Mist Dragon in her shift form.
Yeah, so you're a big Terra fan, right? With the green hair and all that.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Yes. So Terra, take everything you know about Terra, change it to ice. Now you have Rydia.
And like the same damage and everything.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rydia
So
does will do slightly more damage because she has more flat magic, but same modifiers, same playstyle. It is literally identical in every way, except that she has more flat magic. She'll do a little bit more, but not much more. She's
but isn't
basically
that
Terra.
pretty underwhelming given like the state of
Yeah,
the game we're in?
yeah. Rydia was a dud on JP, and Global is not fixing her. So enjoy.
Okay, all right. So this is unfortunately a unit you will probably never use. I mean, does she at least have like some of the utility that Terra has, where Terra has at least her powerful field amps?
She has fields. Her fields are stat up increase fields.
Okay,
She does one for magic. It's a 100% magic buff that stacks with regular magic buffs. So you can go up to 500% magic buff if you stack that with like Aerith, for example.
okay.
She has one for attack, and she has a third one for either defense or spirit. I don't know which. I forget. You're not going to use either one of those ever anyway, so who cares? But yeah,
Yeah,
you would either use
unfortunately.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a shame to hear. That's a shame to hear. Good sprite though, and I always thought Rydia was a cool character with her whole coming of age thing she did in Final Fantasy IV, where she goes to the summon world.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. Shame she's such a dud here and not gonna be useful. Okay, but then we do have an event dungeon for this
Well,
banner.
what about you didn't even mention the most important units are being skipped.
Oh, right, because we're supposed to get Barbie and someone else, right?
Rubicant, yes.
Wasn't Barbie actually good? I seem to recall, like she was decent.
She was usable. We'll say that she wasn't meta, but she was certainly usable. Same thing for Rubicant. They're decent. They are absolutely not going to top the chart, even if we did get them. But they are certainly usable. They were bonus units, which we're not getting. They were really important for the Chronicle battles, which it's just like. And even if they weren't good, they were still fan favorite units that are just being
Exactly.
skipped.
That's what I want to say because I love Barbie. Like, I think she is super cool. I got her way back when on her release. I was like one of the 2 people that geared my Barbie with double Barbie STMRs to get that maximum thunder damage. Tornado damage. And like I would have just EX3'd her just for fun. I would have done that and just had user in a trial. But hey, Gumi doesn't want me to enjoy their game and have fun in their game. So I guess like that's it. Super shame.
Yeah.
Super
And
shame.
just to clarify what I said, people are going to call it out in the comments. They did put on the banner news that they're coming in the future. So
Yeah, we've heard that before.
yeah, go ahead and give a phone call to Medina and be like, "Where you at, girl? It's been 6
Yeah.
months."
I remember that. Remember that time, Sinzar, when they said they were gonna release Dragon Quest at a later time and adapt it to the meta? Remember that? Remember that promise that came like a year and a half late, and the units were absolute shit.
Oh yeah, didn't they release like the 7 stars during Neovision's era with no upgrades whatsoever?
Ish. Yes. Like, it was so weird.
Jeez.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know about this, and this skipping is really miffing me out. Like they're gonna come later. Fucking when? Why not now? Why later? Like why later? Explain to me why later.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's
Exactly.
absolutely like I'm not like I'm in such a fucking mood. I don't even trust it. I think that's just corporate bullshit. Somebody knows the players are upset and just wrote a news post, because news posts don't cost shit. Like somebody just wrote, "Oh, they're gonna come later. Don't be sad."
I mean, it's. I wish I had an exact date. It's been at least 6 months for Medina. We're still waiting. We're still
Exactly.
waiting.
And I mean, if Medina comes out now, like what the fuck? She won't do shit. Although,
Like,
again, fan favorite unit, Medina is cool, so people will be happy. But I'm just still saying, like, can't release these in 5 months because I mean they were bad already when they were released. Super weird. All right, we're getting a Chronicle battle, and you already mentioned it, but Kane wants to use his lance, or rather, he wants to, I guess, use normal Kane's STMR, right? No.
correct. Yeah.
Yes, because that upgrades
It's
to
upgrade.
two-handed.
It's like Orin's STMR where there's a recipe to swap it between one and two handed at will. So
All right, okay. Oh, that's good,
you
because
can
then you
have
can still use it for his forcing TDW build. All right.
a true dual wheel build. Yes.
Yeah, didn't I say that?
You
TDW?
said, "Oh, yep."
Okay.
I'm so used to anyone ever saying force and like true double. I'm thinking
Hand.
true double hand
Okay.
because whoever forces true dual wield these days. But
True.
we're
Well, I guess we're
as you
doing it now.
as usual on global, we like to move backwards.
Yeah, we really like ass in global. That's what we like. Oh my god, players in GL just really like being mistreated, because we just, keep spending money in this game despite them shitting on us. Well, I've actually stopped, but I'm assuming others are spending money in this game because they keep doing this, so I mean they make money from it. Super weird. But okay, it's a really good spear though. It's a two-handed spear with 234 attack, two-handed spear. So it beasts our previous best spear, which was Mazurka's STMR, by a mile. This is what you mentioned on our last Tuesday, right?
Yes, it also has 150 jump damage for everyone, not just Kane.
Which is super strong. So that's fantastic. Although Kane
Mhm.
also does 500 attack and boosts damage of certain abilities. That's interesting.
It's a modifier. It's a permanent passive modifier boost to everything, including his jump. Yeah, and it
Oh,
scales with jump damage. It's like Kane is never ever going to take this off, even if you. Well, actually, Kane brings his own spear and peril, so you're always going to have a spear and peril anyway.
nice. And as you said, once the variance and dragoon fixes come, Kane will actually prefer to use this in the dual hand form, right?
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay, Rigoro, you need to elaborate, because Rigoro just wrote in the chat, remember to not watch the ad wheel. So why are we not watching the ad wheel? I love bandwagons and pitchforks. So I'm ready to jump on this, but like I need to know why. Do you know, Sinzar? Oh, it gives them money. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
uh, I guess he's saying
Good
because
point. Good point.
the whole point of the ad wheel is to give Gumi a kickback of the percentage of the advertising revenue or whatever. I get what he's
Yes,
saying, but
yes.
I don't think that like the 0.1 penny they get from me watching an ad is really going to change the difference. It's the
No, but
players
we need
spending.
to move the needle. My point is, we need to move the needle. We need to show, yes, we like this game. We want to play it, want to spend money in it, but we want to show them, but not like this, right? That's the thing. And I mean, I was already all ahead of you because I have not done the ad wheel ever. Like I hate that shit. So like I'm already not giving them that money. But good point. Good point. Don't do the ad wheel. Don't do the ad wheel. Don't spend money until they improve their business practices, and they should like suffer if their business practice cause them financial issues. All right, but let's move on from the banner then and the Chronicle battle. And let's talk about the Vision World. And we're getting part 2. I know you were angry about this, Sinzar, that we were going to wait a whole week. So now we're finally getting part 2 of the Vision World. And looking at these fucking pictures just makes me so sad I didn't pull on id, because fuck me, like Weltall looks amazing in id form. Okay, like that's just looks so good. Okay, but we're getting 2 new bosses, right?
Yeah, based on the preview, the id boss is still weak to wind, and the graph boss is still, well, the gear version of id and graph that we're fighting in Vision World is still weak to the exact same elements as JP. So it seems like just a direct copy paste, meaning it's probably going to be the same as JP. It's just a free cap. So
okay, interesting. So id is wind, right, and Machina.
Yes. Yes.
So you're going to be bringing your bulwarks to this one, I guess, or I guess Mermaid Frisia's. I don't know which one will actually. I guess Mermaid Frisia has probably more damage.
Well, if you get her SOB after X amount of turns, yes. I actually she's better regardless, because even her base form LB is 35, amp bulwark's only 25 or 30.
Yeah, because he can't use his morale amp.
Yeah.
So.
You can also use Neovision's Awakening Bart for 45% amplify if you don't have Frisia.
Oh, true. A nice niche use for Barts, at least, getting in there. And then we have True Weltall, Graph's gear. That's Machina, and that seems to have a lot of weaknesses. So fire, lightning, wind, earth, light, and dark.
Better to say it's everything except ice and water.
Everything except ice and water. Okay, so fuck you, Celeste, Yoshi, and Tifa. Nickel. And Tifa. Yeah, Tifa, actually. Oh, yeah, so you're not bringing Tifa to this, but you can literally, like, I mean, obviously, all the Xenogears units, you're bringing them if you have them. And, I mean, you can, since it's wind and fire, you can bring both Auron and Tyvus, and, of course, Sephiroth. So it's quite generous, right? You can bring your strongest units. Can you tell us a bit about what it took to cap? Like, let's say a player has 2 premiums at high EX. Would they be able to cap?
I mean, when you heard the boss is dark to weak, like Sephiroth and Carton, let's go.
Yeah, okay, but I don't have fucking Carton. But let's say I bring Sephiroth. Okay, so I do have Graph and Faye, but like if I just brought like Sephiroth and let's say Tyvus, would that be enough?
Based on the JP calculations, the defense and resistance and all in JP, Tyvus does 10 billion by himself. With a proper support team, not like literally just Tyvus, but an EX3 Tyvus with a 90% break and a killer buff does the damage cap of 10 billion. The damage needed is 10.7 for a perfect score. So you got to bring some chainers that are going to
somebody
do well.
Has to do some damage. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, but that sounds interesting, because like maybe you bring Tyvus, maybe that's a use for Terra, because maybe she can amp fire for him or something.
And then, Tyvus, you can bring Auron for wind, you can bring Sephiroth for dark, like I said, Carton, and Carton can do it all by himself because he doesn't actually need a multi-hitter, because he is multi-hit, I should say.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
interesting. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Just all of them except Tifa.
Yeah, exactly.
Tifa is the only premium left in the dark.
Unfortunately, Tifa gets hit by this one. Oh, also, we should mention, I've heard that it has some really nasty Mirage mechanics, and you really need to have like various amounts of Mirage stacks on various turns, right?
Yeah. Well, you need either up to 4 stacker Mirage on your Provoker, or you need accuracy down. So if you bring in like Louise or Sky, that's easy.
But do you need AoE Mirage or just your Provoker? Because if it's just your Provoker, then Behemoth can do it on his own.
Yeah, it's just single target on the JP server. I actually provoked with red, the Final Fantasy 7 red, because he has 10 stack Mirage for himself.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I used him as a Provoker and support chainer. Yeah, it's like I call it easy, and it absolutely is, but you've still got to do the fight properly.
Of course. Yeah. There's going to be like, so, look forward to Sinzar's video where he tells you exactly what to do and what units to bring. Remember to comment on Sinzar's videos telling him he's using overpowered units like Carton that nobody has.
I mean, if you want me to be completely honest here, like, it's the state of the game is making it not fun, which also translates into me just not being motivated to give a shit and put out multiple videos. Like, I told people on my video on Thursday last week I was going to do a bunch of budget runs over the weekend. I haven't even logged into Brave Exvius other than to like do my dailies once a day the entire week because I haven't felt like playing. So
I
like,
agree.
I mean,
Super
I
difficult.
I should go through and do budget runs, but honestly, I already built the team for the final stages. It's Sephiroth and Carton. It OTKs on like turn 2, and I'm done. So
Yeah.
it's like low effort. It's perfect. It can be a perfect score, but it's like not the best for a guide video. But it's
So
like
everyone listening, prepare your
it's
comments.
hard
Prepare
to
your
care.
comments. Let Sinzar know he shouldn't be using these OP units and that you need budget clears. But it does that does sound like it's gonna be an easier time. But I agree with you. It's really hard to care. It's really hard to care. Like I mean, even for me as a Xenogears fan, I did all the fights just once. Actually, that's not true. I did bring. I did a perfect score one of the bosses without Faye and Graf, and then after getting Graf, I went in again. But that's literally the only thing I did. And I'm usually a person I like to clear these with units I like. So yeah, I have a hard time mustering the energy needed to care. At least this seems to be like an easy 10,000 lapis for many players, right?
It should be, unless they like buff it last minute or something. But yeah, it should.
All right, so I have an announcement to make that makes me feel a bit stupid, and I love sharing when I feel stupid. So I'm a huge Xenogears fan, or at least I claim to be, right? But this is the first time after seeing this beautiful graphic of Weltall in id mode, I realize, holy shit, this is red Xenogears. I never connected the dots before. it's like I just assumed Xenogears was a gear of its own, but no, it's actually, yeah, okay, wow. I never saw. Okay, Demos is now shitting on me in the chat. I just want to say, graphics are much worse on the PS1, and this was much clearer on this beautiful pixel art that they made.
I mean, I kind of knew that too.
So. I didn't actually. I didn't. I mean, and I've seen obviously id version of Weltall many times, but I just never connected the dots. I guess like when you actually obtain Xenogears, you haven't seen Weltall id for a while. So I guess maybe that's why. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the last time I think you see him was when y'all coming out of that underground city, and he fights Wise Man.
Yeah. Wait, but that's just before.
No.
No, never mind.
You get the Xenogear way later in the game.
Yeah, no. Sorry. I was mixing my events up. I actually just started a replay of Xenogears recently, so I am starting to play it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I just wanna play through. Yeah, Demos, fuck you. You played the game like 2 days ago. Like fuck you, okay? You can't use your knowledge. Last time I cleared Xenogears was like 10 years ago. Okay, I'm trying to I'm an old man. I have bad memory. Okay, listen, we need to move on because we also are getting a trial, Dollahan, but you already spoiled it's a joke, Sinzar.
I mean, it's slightly harder than like Stroper and Archeovavius, but not much. It's still super easy. Take a friend graph and blow it up turn 1, or not turn 1, turn 3 when its cooldown's ready.
But you don't even need your own graph. You just use a friend.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'll probably do for my clear because I didn't pull graph. I'll probably just ask someone build me one.
Why would you want graph though? Can't you just use anyone?
I mean, you can use whatever you want. Yeah, I could use Carton, and I'll probably use Carton actually. There we go. Yeah.
Is it any special elements or anything to think about?
Yes, you have to use either fire. I forgot the other one, or thunder. Fire or thunder. Yes, fire or thunder. One of those two. He's immune to everything else.
Okay, fire or thunder. All right. Gotcha. Okay, so that's interesting. So I guess Tyvis people will still be able to do this and so on. But if you're saying it's as easy to just bring a graph, then hey, why not? Why not bring a graph?
Yeah, I'll probably use. I'm not sure. I haven't figured out my team yet. I'll use something. It's going to be easy on JP. I use star player Titus. So yeah,
it would be really cool if you could do Can you ever do a turn 1 OTK with graph if you bring Roka? Is that possible?
It is, yeah. You would need 2 Rokas because she can't multicast her Magnus and she can't SOB on turn 1. So you would have to bring 2 Rokas and both of them use their Magnus on graph, which lowers the cooldown 2 turns to usable on turn 1.
So friend Roka and your graph is actually the way to go for this fight.
Yes.
Wait, do you have enough people to like break and chain then? Like you're using 3 of your slots. Well, okay, 3 slots. So 1 breaker, 2 chainers. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so this is getting kind of like to the inside. Okay, so we got the 1 graph, the 2 Rokas. Earth is wrong element, so Rokas are literally doing nothing except casting their Magnus. We've got a 90 breaker, so there's like Lara Croft. Laura can actually no, we can't break while chaining because you have to use graph first, and the damage is calculated at the time you click the button.
Exactly.
So you have to use a standalone breaker. Okay, so there's 4 units. You need someone to imbue and imperil, so there's 5 units. So let's just say.
But do you need a 90 break? Maybe you can bring Ling and break and imperil
no, absolutely not. For a turn 1 OTK, it's got to be a 90 break because it has no passives. And then I guess a tag chainer. So Aerith to no, she can't even imperil. Oh god,
wait, if you can use dark, then you could bring Olivera because Olivera has a long enough chain.
No, you can't use dark. You can't.
So
it's
not going to do any damage at all. So you're not going to get a chain count.
Olivera, if you're imbuing dark or amplifying dark, like what's the point? Because you can't use dark for damage.
No, but I meant just Olivera has a nice and long tag chain. It's a podcast BS.
You can tag chain with anyone. Biggs and Wedge is fine for that. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, so but like, will Graf be able to finish within Biggs and Wedge chain though?
Oh yeah. Well, you've got Graf. You should know by now what his timing is. Yeah, Graf's actually pretty easy to cap.
I don't know. Like, I feel he has several hits, and I'm always worried about several hits.
He does. He has 3 hits, but they're really close together.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But then, as you said, maybe you bring Aerith and just.
But actually, you could bring Ling for 25 amp, 25 or 120 imperil, and fire imbue. So there's your other slot, and then a tag chainer. So yeah. So can a single Graf with basically no buffs and no modifier boost OTK on turn 1? That's stretching it. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know though. I don't think so.
Interesting. Okay, but otherwise, fight sounds easy. Okay. I'm gonna try. I need to try. Although my graph is not EX3, so I'll probably not be able to. We're also getting the story, and this excites me. Season 4 is continuing. Season 4 is actually decent, so I'm gonna be doing that, and I'm also going to be saving all the lapis from the season, hoping I will scrape up enough for 1 10 pull on the id step up. Just rolling the dice, kissing the balls of the gods if I can get 1 id.
You make me very sad.
Why?
You don't do a single 10 pull. You go all the way to pity, or you don't go at all.
But okay, listen. I can't. There are not enough resources. I'm not buying resources. I already said this.
You don't pull. You just
but
suck it up like
I really need to take my chances, okay? Because if there's any chance at all that I could have a full Xenogears mech team, I need to fucking take it. So I'm gonna do a temple again. Like, I am adamant. Like, I am not spending fucking money at all on this banner. Like, I was planning on buying for pity for both, but nope, not the way they're treating this. I'm sticking to my principles. That's the last thing I have left. But I'm gonna do a temple. In fact, I'm not even sure I'm gonna afford one because we don't usually get like 4.5K from a story anyway. So probably won't be able to.
Did you already do the summoner?
Yeah. That's how I got my graph. So yes. There might be. Well, actually, there is the weekly adventurer crest thingies as well that are now for the new week. So there might be enough lapis in there. Let's see.
Something potentially.
Yeah. All right. Listen, this episode has gone on for too long already. But we're angry. I think that's the takeaway.
I wish you luck on your single id pull.
Thank you. I will update Discord on how it went. Like Thursday, I will grind the world quests and anything else I need, and then I'm going to show you the 10 pull. I'm not gonna stream it. Fuck that shit. But I am going to screenshot it and show it if I get an id or no. So in the id step up, you can only get id, right? Like, so if you get an on banner, you're getting id. You can't get graph.
Who told you that?
I'm just asking.
Oh no, it's got an off banner pull.
No, I know it has an off banner pull, but I mean, if I get an on banner pull, it's only id. Like those rate, like it's 3, so it's what 1.5% for id on it should be, right?
Oh, you can go in game and click the rates button. It'll tell you exactly. I don't know by memory or I never checked.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can check in game.
It's not at least shared as in the other one because like there's a 0.5% chance for id and graph, but this one shouldn't be. So I'm.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Based on the chat, it's 1% id, 2% off banner, and 97% not Neo.
99, 97%. Yeah. In my case, it's going to be like 99.9% on Neo, I think, for this. But hey, I would hate myself if I didn't try. That's the whole point, right? I have to try because if I get he's only going to, like, I don't even know if I'm going to get him to EX1 before dungeon, but I at least need to try because like I have to have the three of them. Like, and now that I know about the red Xenogears, now I want to have like white Xenogears and red Xenogears next to each other. That's what I want. So let's see. All right.
Hope you get them.
Thank you. Thank you. You need to send me all your energy. Okay, everyone. Have a beautiful remainder of the day, and I hope you're as angry as me and Sinzar.
Time.
Bye.